Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Gladys from Gladys Creations. And I'm outside, so if you hear a little bit of noise, it's because I'm outside on my back deck. So I could get some air. Today is a collaboration of the 12 days of Christmas. Okay, and it's day 11. The reason for the season. Yes, this is a pretty one. I really, really enjoy this one. All right. Now, the 12 Days of Christmas is a collaboration with the host Brenda from Rustic and Lace and Jackie from Crafting in Mimi's World. And they put a collaboration playlist, okay? And it's an open playlist with many different creators who are going to be creating the same thing. So let's get on with our project and see what is up for today. Well, here I got 2 planks, and I take a shish kebab stick and I cut it down. I mark it to the width of the two Dollar Tree planks, and then I sand the edges. Okay, so they're nice and rounded. Then I take Type On Quick and Thick and I apply it in 2 sections, and then the other sections I put hot glue, connect the little piece of stick. Okay, then I connect the other side of the plank, making like a triangle, as you see here, a wide open triangle. Okay, now I get those popsicle sticks that are from Walmart. They're the biggest size ones that they carry. And I line them up. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it was 8 of them. I used 8 of them because I wanted a little bit of space on the sides. Okay, so I do that, and then I line them all up so they're lining flush to the bottom of my ruler. You can't see the ruler here, but I'm laying them flush. I'm using my L square. So, and then I'm gonna mark it right here where the roof is gonna be. You see that? And that's what I'm gonna be cutting. Then I go to the bottom a 1/2 inch from the edge, from the bottom, and do a line across, and then that's where I'm gonna cut across. There you go. You see that? All right. So there I'm double checking, making sure everything is fine. And then I also take the measurements of how long is it gonna be, okay? And it's 5.5 inches. All right, so I'm gonna be cutting 4 strips in 5.5 inches, and then the width wise, because I have to do the planks to connect them, I'm gonna do them 2.5. And here I got my little table saw that I have. It's a little portable table saw, and you see it gives you a nice smooth cut. It cuts easy. It's not hard to cut with them at all. Okay, and there's a guard that you could put on, but I don't use it. Okay, and there you go. And don't ever do what I just did, put your fingers in there. Never, not while that thing is turning and spinning. Okay, yes, that can be very, very dangerous. Okay, so there you see how I cut it, but I stopped the blade. Okay, never ever cut it like that. Now you see how I did it, and then I'm just piling them to the side. Okay, and I'm going to continue cutting them off camera, and I cut them, then I sand the bottom so they can lay flush against the L part of the L square. Okay, the bottom part. Then I'm going to take Type On Quick and Thick, and I am going to apply some towards the one side, and then the other side I'm going to put hot glue. Okay, so And there I put it a couple, like a quarter inch away from the bottom and a quarter inch from the edge of the corners. I do it on the top, okay? And then I do the same thing here. Sorry about that. My neighbor came out and my dog started barking. All right, so then here I take the 5.5 inch planks and take the 2.5 inch planks and do the same thing as I did with the big boards. Then I'm going to take the 5.5 inch planks and connect it to the back part of the house, like so. And I'm doing it with the Type-On and hot glue, just like that, laying it flush up against my L square. And you see me rub my finger through there? Don't do that while it's hot, okay? I did it while it was still hot, but my fingers are so used to it, but don't do it. If you have sensitive fingers, don't do it. All right? So there I did that. And the same thing on that side. And I'm going to do the same thing again. Run the hot glue. Run my fingers right through it, okay? And there you go. Now we're going to attach the roof. Now you see how it's a little bit separated and gap towards the bottom? So that's why I'm going to glue the top part first, which is the first top 4 pieces. And I'm going to hold it. Then I'm going to attach the side. And then I'm going to do a beading like I did before. And it's still going to be separated there. You see how it's separated? So then I add the glue, hold it down for a little bit, and then I beat it and hold it down. Okay, and then I'm going to beat it from the back side and do the same thing. Hold it for a couple seconds until it hardens. Then I do the rooftop and I bead that and fill in that hole. Then I do the other side, hold it. Then I do the edge again, hold it, do the beading on it. All around, just like I did the other side. Okay? Now, while that's hardening, I'm taking these toothpicks and I'm gluing them together in the center like that to form a star. Then I cut 4 more pieces a little bit shorter, okay, to add in between the two spaces right there. You see, right there. And that's to form the little star. And I have a silicone mat, so I can do this. I could just lay it there and just pick it right up. Then I'm going to paint it with silver. After it dries, I attach this little gem in the middle, and there I have a nice shiny star. I also sprinkled iridescent glitter on it, so it has a nice shine. Now I'm going to paint this with antique wax. And I painted it, didn't dry brush it or nothing. I painted it with it and let it dry. Then I add some hot glue to the roof, and I take this Dollar Tree moss, Spanish moss, okay? Well, it's not Spanish moss, but it's Dollar Tree moss, and I add it. It's a little bit brown. It's different from regular Spanish moss. And then I just keep adding it just like that, because it has like a woodsy kind of color, and it matches really good with the walls, okay? So we're adding all the glue here and putting it all together, and then off camera I'm going to do the other side. I'm only showing you this side, okay? There you go. So then, now that it's done, I'm going to get a square plaque that I have from Dollar Tree, okay? Or do I add the star now? Do I add the star now or do I add it later? Yeah, I'm going to add the star first. Yeah, so I add the star right there to the front point of the roof. It's kind of hard for you to see where I'm putting it at, but it's like right there on the top where the point is. And I hold it down for a couple seconds while it hardens. And I think I show you. I'm not sure here. I think I do show you how it looks. Yeah, there you go. See? Look at how pretty. That looks so pretty. All right. So now is when I get the Dollar Tree plank, the square plank. All right. And then I'm going to take the stable and I'm going to add glue to all around the edges on the bottom, and then I'm putting it in the middle of the plank. Then I'm going to take my buttermilk paint and squirt it all over and pounce around with the large dabber, okay, to give it like that sand textured look, because I didn't want to apply sand, and I didn't have the right color sand. I only had white. All right, so here I have a darning needle, okay, that I use for crocheting. I put some twine in it and I tied a knot. Then I thread in and out all around, doing like an oval shape, okay, all the way around till I get to the other side. And when I get to the other side, I pull it nice and taut so it does a shape of like an oval. And you'll see here what I mean. Right there. And then when I pull it out, I tie a little shoestring tie and I shorten it up, cut it. Then I take the edges and take the points away. Okay, set that to the side. Now I got my wooden little people from the dollar store. Okay, and I take this muslin and I fold the edges. I cut a rectangle piece. I fold the edges. One side I fold double, the other side I fold it once. No need for that if you just do fold the one side, because I'm going to end up cutting that. So then I go to the middle of the peg, put it right there in the front, put it on the side, then pleat it once, only once. Okay? Then take it and attach it to the back. Oh, well, I do the other side, cut it down, attach it to the back, as you see there. Then I take the other side and trim that down and then attach them both together like that. Then I trim it flush to the bottom of the peg. Okay? Then I cut another square of the muslin, and what I do here is it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to just glue the front, then I'm going to go all the way around and the head and just push down the muslin fabric. Then I get a piece of twine, I dab it in the front with the glue gun, and then dab it around all the way around the back and around back to the front, and then back to the back again. Then I get the other side and do the same thing. Wrap it around that way, all the way to the back, and then join them together and glue it together, and that's him. He's done. Now I'm doing Mary. Excuse me. And I take a medium color blue and I cut a little square, and there I don't unfold the fabric at all. I just glue it on, then do the pleat just like I did with him. I do the same exact thing, and then it's a little short in the back, but that's okay, because you're not going to see that with the veil that's going to be going over her. And then I glue it together, and you see there's a little gap on the top, and then I trim the bottom so it's flush with the peg. Now we're going to do her a little bit different. I'm going to glue the twine around her neck, and it's white twine, okay? And that way you don't see the top of her neck at all, okay? Now I'm going to grab a veil, a piece of material to do the veil. So I fold that, then do the little dot in the front. But then I'm going to fold glue to the side, fold it downwards. See, you see how I did it there? And then that downward piece, I glue it to the head. All right, and then I glue a little bit in the back so it don't stick up like it looks like she's gonna fly away. All right, and there she's done. Okay, then I get the baby and I take muslin, I cut a square. Okay, and then I put it in a triangle, put glue on the top of the head, glue that part, then fold it over, add glue, fold it up, the bottom piece upwards, and tuck it in and glue it down, and then tuck it in at the end and glue that down. And then I add a little bit of glue by the neck so it stays there so it's not all open. All right, time to put everything together. So I'm gonna put some music on so you could enjoy the music. All right, and it's a pretty song and it has to do with this. Okay, enjoy and you'll be seeing the final review. Yeah, I'm from Bethlehem, so I hear that song all the time. I live in the city of Bethlehem in Pennsylvania, and they have a manger that's all set up here all year round, and then up on the top of the mountain above from me, there's a star that's lit up. So when you come in off the highway, you see it right away. Okay, and it's the star, they call it the Star of Bethlehem. This is called the Christmas City. All right, and down in the description box below, I have buy me a coffee link. You could also scan this QR code if you would like to help with donations to help my channel. I greatly appreciate if you do so, but you don't have to do that. Okay, you only do it if you want to. All right. Also, like, share, comment, subscribe. It's all for free. And also in the description box below, it's the playlist and the Hostess's channel link. Okay, for the both links, so you can enjoy the playlist and the Hostess's channels. There's very many talented creators on that playlist. Check it out. You'll really like it. I want to say thank you for watching. And remember, the reason for this is the reason for the season, the true reason for the season. I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. And I'll see you tomorrow with our last collaboration.